Let me throw your hand. Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn song. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, woo.
We're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl, Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
It was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed your name. It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips.
Let me. You know that's the funniest intro.
Ooh, that's the best intro on the planet. What's happening? What's happening? Good people, how are you guys doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright, aka Lo Lo is in the chat, coming to you live and direct from Cleveland, where the weather was so dang on sunny and beautiful. And then right over here, it was beautiful. Right over here, let me get my finger. There it is. Cheryl Morrow, the one and only, the hair oracle, is in the chat. No, we did not plan the colors. Last week we had the plaid, the black and white. Today we got the red on. Oh, wait a minute. I got my African centric starter kit. I got some red, black, and green. What's up with the X-Clan? Is up? What a clan at? What my X-Clan people in the chat? What's going on? All right. What's happening, good people? How you guys doing out there? We are on our 96th. That's right. 96th episode of the dumbest shit that people say about black hair. And baby, don't we got the topic for y'all tonight. It's going down. It's going down. So it's sunny in Cleveland. What's up? Eileen from South Carolina is in the chat. We have our virtual co-host, Miss Sandra E. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? So Cheryl, how's things going on in sunny California? Hey.
It is 65.
65. Okay. A kid told me I look 65 today. So, okay, that's how it's going down. Yeah, so today it was nice and sunny, but somebody said tomorrow in Cleveland it'll probably snow. But that's okay because that's Cleveland. I don't know if it will or won't, but I don't care because when you're from Cleveland, when it comes to the weather, we like stay ready. Ain't gotta get ready. That's how it is in Cleveland because you never know what's going to happen to the weather here. So everything is just going cool. Today, I had a great opportunity to go out, start my morning off at Shaw High School. Is located in East Cleveland, Ohio. So if you are from EC, y'all can put my cousin's song on. Ray Jr. I'm from EC. I'm from EC. So East Cleveland was representing. Shaw had it going on in their cosmetology class, as did their instructor, Miss B, who was so kind to allow me to come in and present to the students. The topic was supposed to be about hair color, but the students are very anxious. They're very anxious to come from behind those chairs and get into the world of cosmetology. And so they just really want to know. It's kind of like our podcast, you know, so you think you can do hair, and they really, really want to be entrepreneurs so bad. So a lot of people, you know, the cosmetology industry is in a peculiar place. But the youth are determined to actually listen. I mean, their eyes were like this. Not one person fell asleep. They had their own notebooks. I mean, the teacher was just like, well, okay now, you know, and they had their questions ready. They were very interactive. I was asking them like, well, what's the most interesting thing you've learned so far? And they had great fire, great feedback. Their call and response was off the Richter scale. They are perplexed. between what's happening on social media and what's happening with the books. So licensed professionals and schools, we have to really help the students out with that, because that did come up. Sure, I don't know if you recall, Samaria Smith is the intern at our salon who suggested that Cheryl and I have the podcast in the afternoon so that cosmetology and barber students could hear, what was going on. And so that did come up. They really wanted to know, how do we decipher between what we're being taught in school and what's in the books? So though that's another podcast, that is a very serious issue, and I don't know how the schools are addressing that, but that is definitely a big concern. What do you think about that before we get ready to play our song by Miss Rachel Evans? How is that? How do you think the social media is influencing or impacting? I don't know if influencing is a good word,
Yeah.
but how is it impacting the barber and beauty industry, in your opinion?
I think it's making it look a little glamorous. And I think they see the dollar signs. I think they are enamored with all of the celebrity thing, that goes on, and celebrity hairstylists this, and all of the accolades that come with notoriety. And hopefully that they can, get quite a reality check and know that you gotta, apply yourself. But it's gonna be a
Yeah.
good an experience either way.
Yeah, so as my mother would say, keep living. My mom would say that every time I would think I was so smart. I tell you, when your last name is Wright, you just think you just know every, my last name is Wright. I keep telling y'all, I'll be wrong. That's why I know I put my adjective and verb in the wrong place, but I be wrong all the time. And so my mother would always say, okay, keep
Whatever.
living. Yeah, just keep living. And so, but that's a very real concern, because they're like, well, Ladosha, I hear you saying one thing over here, but when I went online, like, we're telling them that 4C hair is not, it's not real. They should not be using that language.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking like, what you talking about, Willis? I gotta get that clip in here. They don't understand. They cannot, because doctors are using the language. A lot of celebrity cosmetologists are using the language of 4C hair, and they're like, well, who the hell is you, Ladosha? Up here talking about some that don't use 4C hair. So that's a very hard position to be in when the masses have them. Can you think of a time or a period or a circumstance in history where the masses have been wrong and everybody thought they were right?
The flood.
What flood?
You said in time in history. I'm giving you the biblical flood.
Okay.
Civil rights, racism.
Come on, help us out.
Yeah, stereotypes. Stereotypes are always wrong. Texture profiling is always wrong. But this is the era. This is the Google era. This is their era. This is the social media era. This is the power of the press. This is where you don't have to be correct. You can just be amongst people that agree with you. You don't have to be correct. Now, once it presents a problem in the application of problem solving, then they'll find out what you've been saying. But when they're, you know what I mean? When they're not able to use the texture profile or the type profile, when they won't be able to use it to solve any of their problems, when it won't deem them any physical or cosmetic solution, then they'll reach back and say, "Oh,
Willis,
what do I do?" And
Willis,
Well,
What were you talking about?
yeah. Well, what does 4C do for you?
Right.
Like, what does that tell you? Doesn't tell you anything. And then when you also go into anthropology or science or anything that has to do with human history, and you say, oh, well, that's a type of Black person. Well, that's a light type. And that's a darkie. And then they'll go in, well, we're all human. Well, there goes your profile stat.
Okay.
But
All right. Well, I could think of a time in history when everybody just said this was wrong. Like they said, "Oh, this is true," and then come to find out everybody was wrong. Remember the incredible edible egg? It was a commercial, and it would go, "The incredible edible egg," right?
Right.
And so the egg, they wanted everybody to eat the egg. This was in like the late 70s, right?
Yes.
Early 80s. And everybody came and said, don't eat the eggs. Why? Because the eggs had high cholesterol. So they were telling everybody, do not eat the egg. Does anybody remember the incredible edible egg? Yes. Okay.
Wait a minute. And food. Oh my God. That was when it was really true. Food.
Oh my God. They was like, you bet not eat. Don't eat the yolk. Remember, the yolk would just clog your heart, clog your arteries. I mean, they had killed the egg. It went from the incredible edible egg to you better not eat the egg. And now
I don't think we've ever recovered from cholesterol. And cholesterol, your body needs cholesterol.
Oh yeah, we're still when they try to kick it, they're trying to backpedal,
Mm-hmm.
Look at Sandra already. Now, come on now. Let us get going. She said, oh yeah, hell yeah. But she still ate the egg. Good for you. My mother was like, stop eating them damn eggs. Y'all gonna have high cholesterol. And we were like, but we was poor and on welfare. Like we used to eat them egg sandwiches like they was going out of style. But anyhow, so the egg is that's the biggest thing that I can recall in my lifetime where everybody was like, do not eat the egg. So the 4C hair is along with that. So as we wait for some wonderful people to come in the chat, I'm going to give some super shout outs as we play our wonderful theme song by the illustrious Sister Rachel Evans. And she's saying, sister, let me do your hair. Here we go, guys. Let's get into it. Welcome to the 96th episode of The Dumbest Who that people say about Black hair. This is the podcast. If you love Afro hair and you can't figure out what the hell is going on with Afro hair, y'all stay right here and listen to Sister Rachel Evans. Sister, you are beautiful. Hey!
To help you, let me help your light to shine through. I'd be so very happy if you would let me do your hair.
Come on, y'all, let us do your hair. What's up? We got Sandra E in the chat. We got my BFF Rashida. What's up, Rochina? We got LaWanna. Oh, LaWanna, I still got your question about your teeny weeny afro that you want to grow. We got the handsome, Foxy J. Morris is in the chat. And Eileen from South Carolina. And we see we got some LinkedIn people looking in. What up, LinkedIn? We want to do y'all hair too. Hey. I want to help you. Let me help your. I wish I could sing. I would be glowing. You'll be so very happy if you would let me do your hair. Come on, y'all. Let us do your hair. Come on in. Get your popcorn or get your Halls coffee. I Got me some horse cough drop just coming down off us with a sinus infection. Come on in, guys. Chill with us. All right, Valentine's Day tomorrow. Oh, what's the day after?
Yeah.
Need sexy saxophone. Y'all got y'all Valentine moves. Come on, drop some hearts. Hit that heart button, hit that thumbs up button, and show us some love. It's Valentine's Day. Come on, y'all. Me and Cheryl got our red on. Can't get no love. Hey. You sipping on your blue tea? All right. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna find me a brother from Cleveland. We're gonna put with our own hand dance on this. We're gonna put y'all to shame. All right, let's give it up for the one and only Miss Sister Rachel Evans. Sister, let me do your hair. And let's not forget, you can download your very own copy from Prime Time right there on Amazon. And again, that's Sister Rachel Evans. Let me do your hair. She's so kind to allow us to use that song for this wonderful podcast, which again is about the dumbest shit that people say about Black hair. And I'm going to tell you right now, we can't get no more dumb shit than these braids that make your hair grow. So I'm going ham on this topic tonight because I'm sick of this shit about these braids. I'm sick of this shit. That's right. I said it. I'm here to represent it. I love braids. Don't get it twisted, boo. I had some braids. I grew up with braids. I am not anti-braids. But if I hear one more person, and I do mean one more person talking about these braids making your hair grow, as my mother said, I'm going to holler off and smack what? Whoop, whoop. What y'all know about holler off? Y'all probably don't know. I see you, Sister AG, in the house. What y'all know about I'm going to holler off? Remember that? That hand? See, when your mother going to holler off, the hand can't be like this. And,
No.
and the hand can't be like that. Can it, Cheryl? See that? Look at that. There it is. You see it? I'm a holler off. Now, we're not pro-violence here, okay? We're not pro, you know what I'm saying? We're just letting you know that if you come on this chat talking about some braids make your hair, because that's the dumbest shit that people say. I said shits with a T. Makes your hair grow. Me and Cheryl, we got that hand. You know, we gonna holler off. There it is. Now, Cheryl not even from where I'm from. That just goes to show you on the plantation, they got that beaten together. Because all the way down in these centuries, we still talking about hitting folks, okay? So that's how it is, okay? We have to stop saying these things. And tonight,
We got him.
we're going to give you a nice, a full content heavy, because people want longer hair. People want it stronger. But here's the thing. In reality, folks are like, Ladosha, you trying to be funny. You know, as my son would say, you broke my feelings, okay? Talking about, the braided hair. But people have things to do. And so the beauty of the braids is that it just kind of keeps you from the toils of flat ironing and straightening and whatever you want to call it. So braids definitely, they have their place, but we're going to help you guys put this stuff into perspective so that you can just kind of, tone it down a notch when it comes to the braids. But let's get into a couple of current events. All right. So first things first, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Cheryl sent me a text message the other day that Beyonce has her own line of hair care products, and it is called Sacred. Are you guys familiar with Beyonce's new line of hair care products? affectionately called Say, as in I guess her name is Beyonce. So you've got your sacred. I like that wordplay there. So let me show you. Cheryl also sent me the link. So let me just kind of show you guys a little bit of where she is at up here. There she is. Sacred. Okay, there she is. All right, where you guys at? All right, so okay, I think I can show. Can I show this tab? Let me bring it down here.
You
I
got,
can't.
well,
Okay.
you got to take that down first. But
Oh, duh. Okay. Hey, I'm a hairstylist. What's your stupid power? Okay. Let me cancel that. All right, so let's take that out and then let's see if it'll let me show you guys. There she is.
let's
Thank
see
you,
what she got.
Cheryl. There she is. Here she is. So this is Beyonce's sacred line of hair care. Look at this science. You see that in the circle? And then she's got the sacred, and then she has ritual. Whoa! What do you think she mean by that? Oh, look at that's kind of sexy. She got the brothers up in there. Nothing like some. I don't know if that's her hair or quickie weave, but it looks pretty good to me. Oh, look at the a little bird, little bugs or beetles, whatever that is. So her line is a synergistic blend. Obviously, Cheryl, you have science, sacred, and ritual, and there's her beautiful daughter, Blue Ivy. So there you have it, a little bit of a sacred. So, what are your thoughts on Beyonce's line of hair care products?
No thoughts. She's not.
Okay,
She's not a hairstylist.
all right,
I'm sure. I wish she would have stuck to fragrances, but
all right.
this
Well,
is
let's see.
this is the era of the lowest.
Oh, Cheryl, don't say that. I want my mom.
Not just because she's Beyonce. It's not that. Maybe her mom would have done one from I don't know.
All in favor of Beyonce's new line of hair care products. Let's drop in the chat. Oh, you said that's a Beyonce when she was a kid. Okay. That was not her daughter. Ooh, all right. Thank you so much. All in favor of some Beyonce hair care products, say I. All right, as an Eileen Thomas. All in favor of Beyonce having some great hair. I think I'm gonna give Beyonce an I. Okay, I think she might rock it out. Okay, all right, okay. Okay. Sorry. I know I'm not supposed to chew it hard. You don't have to stop chewing the damn medicine. I'm from the projects, okay? We chew everything. So they say nah, no. So it's 50-50. They're not kind of feeling the be wow, okay. Maybe I'm a lone star here, okay?
Yeah,
So not
right. I don't know.
I'll be honest though. Hair is hard to crack. When you look at what she has for her her selling points, the science, sacred. Science is sacred. I don't know, Beyonce. You probably should talk to somebody about that one. Science, sacred, and ritual. Depending on where you're coming from, you know those evangelists gonna be like, ritual. I rebuke you, Beyonce. I rebuke you. The power of Christ propels you. So you got to watch out there now. But I'm going to wish her the best of luck when it comes out. Yep. And I'll give you guys I'm going to go live on right here on YouTube, and I'm going to give it a serious review and spend the money and see what she's all about. So that's what's happening. Okay, I'm going to check out Beyonce. All right, next up. Now tonight the show is all about braiding do's and don'ts, but check this out. I don't know if you guys are aware, Cheryl, but in Louisiana says braiders had to close a couple of salons because the state demanded that they had to do 500 hours for something they've already been doing for years. How you gonna make me go to school for something I've been doing for five. I know I haven't been doing for 500 years, but help us out with that one, sure. Don't make me go back for 500 years now. You gonna make me get some education? Should they be made to go back, or what's up with that?
And teaching what? Oh, because it's not about teaching. It's not about technique. It's about they have not bought into the system.
Sure, don't make me go off on you. Me and Sure about the. This is gonna be our first argument today, guys. All in favor for braiders to have education?
No.
Back it up.
Ain't what you said. You said
go
back to school. And I'm asking you, what would they be learning if they have already been doing it?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna learn if they go back to school. Okay, aside from
you have to remember, you just left a high school that can't wait to do the very thing that these people have been doing for years. So why should they go back for 2 months?
I think, number one, aside from your your sanitation, for one, the consultation for sure. For two, even though it's a little ancillary, there is something to be said about, analyzing scalp and hair. I think it's a good place to start as an intro. Is it the best? No,
they don't do that.
Well, we did that. They do teach that. They do. I'm not gonna lie.
They teach it, but they don't need it.
They do. Braiders need to know how to do a consultation. Come on now, Cheryl, cut that out.
But let me just say this. Just because you say they do, their customers do not require that.
You don't go to the doctor and tell your doctor, I don't require no triage.
They're not trying to be.
Don't weigh me. I don't want you to check my heart rate. Just give me my dang on pain pills and my birth control. I'm beyond birth control pills, plenty of. It sounded good.
Now, my question is, how are they going to require them to?
Well,
they can't take anything away from them. They can't find them. They can't do anything to them. So how are they going to strong arm them to pay them to go to take 500 hours of doing something they're already charging for? Just like we used to charge in the 70s, just like we used to charge in the 80s, just like they used to charge in the 90s, until somebody decides that they need to go to cosmetology school, pay into the system, get a license or a certificate. Okay. So they do them just like they do anybody else. Give them an honorary certificate and let them go. Because you can't teach them any goddamn thing.
Well, they need.
Now, should they have and be exposed if they want to? But you can't make them. Now that y'all, come on, y'all know that's ridiculous.
I don't think it's ridiculous. I don't think that is ridiculous, because there's something to be said. You got your education.
They don't make mechanics go to school. They don't make people do things. There's handymans and people around fixing houses and fixer-uppers and doing internal.
Right, but once you want to go to a certain level on your handyman-ish, you do have to get your trade skills certification.
No, they want to braid.
Yeah, and they need some training. They need some education.
No. You said they want to go higher up. No, they want to do exactly. Leave them alone. Now, if they want to.
And the public.
And
how do you?
Like they got plenty of customers. I don't think they hurting for customers. I think
I said the customers. I mean, we see it in the hair salon. Let's just be honest. as we go into this topic. We see what is happening from lack of some education. Now, we can argue for sure about what is in that 500 hours. But as we go through this topic tonight,
Right. This
we
is a
gonna
slippery
see.
slope. This is a slippery slope because when you have people who have been practicing already, don't put a requirement that they can't make a living until they come to go through your funky ass school and shit.
Oh,
You already know that they probably can teach your ass something. I mean, come on, leave them alone. There's plenty of people who want to go to school. There's plenty of people
oops.
who want to go to school. You ain't got to go out and make people who are actually doing a craft better than the damn instructor that's doing it. And you're saying that they need, yeah, I'm sure that everybody can go to damn school. I know that. We all know that. My whole point is I'm gonna switch my position with my camera.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
switch your position. Yeah, this is my story and I'm sticking to it because I see it in the hair salons. I see things that education would definitely help because there is a belief that just because you know how to do it in your basement, that you know what you're doing, when you get behind that chair. And I see a lot of things that surely cosmetology would definitely help a lot of braiders be let's just say from prevention to intervention. I can see some education, at least that I was taught. I don't know what other people were taught and not taught in cosmetology school, but I went to Fairview Beauty Academy, and I think those ladies did a fine job. They had some issues, as all schools do. I'm not about to sit up here and paint something totally, what they call it, the rose-colored glasses, but cosmetology school or 500 hours within that setting, they have something there that I professionally feel could definitely help a lot of out because of the things that we see in the hair salon. That it would not hurt any braider. I don't care how much. Even me, I've got 23 years as a cosmetologist. Hell, that ain't enough education for me. So I'm gonna respectfully I disagree with Cheryl, okay? But Eileen has something to say, okay? She said, this is a tricky area that's been under the table for years. Good luck with controlling someone's home or kitchen. Yep, that's truth to power right there. Sandra E said, go on, Cheryl, tell it like it T-I-is. Come on, Cheryl, come through. Miss AG says, I wonder what the underlying issues are. I'm thinking there may have been multiple complaints or, some health issues that have not just been talked about. Okay. So she thinks there could be some other things going on. But I see some things as we go through the topic tonight. We'll be able to kind of shed some light on what's happening, with that braiding, just some do's and some don'ts. But I am for them getting, that education. And if the state is all that they have, they should have it. And if someone can create something for that discipline, it should definitely be created because being out there, coming out of your kitchen and your basement, and I don't know, the stuff that I'm seeing, I'm just like, I don't know. Okay, so Cheryl and I, we agreed to.
right.
Go ahead.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
Okay.
And whatever those underlining issues, which is a very good point, I think the board has not proven themselves as educators.
No.
They have not proven themselves as a board on the state level. They go from rules and regs to legislation. They are not, let me repeat, y'all, they are not a system of education.
But we as citizens who do what? We are responsible for helping those politicians create the laws. And this is where we, as cosmetologists and consumers, we have not been using our voice, which Cheryl and I are, to get those politicians to put some laws on the books to help
You
what?
should not have. No.
But you do, because that's America. Come on now, Cheryl.
Let me ask you a question. Who teaches on a college campus? There is called what? At the high school level, elementary level, kindergarten, preschool. What is it called? The Board of Education.
Mm-hmm.
The cosmetology board never told you that they educate you.
Right.
They don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, so whatever, let's just say for all intents
And we're going to go for shits and giggles, we're going to call that semantics.
Well, let me just say this. Do you have a license? When has a license meant you were educated? To go to any field where you get a license, you get a license to what?
Yeah, but I think for on a very superficial, just
You
on the
get a
surface.
license,
Let's take your driver's license. So you're not being educated to drive. True.
Right. So
but
when we
you are taught.
right,
Anybody feeling me on that one?
legislation, and then you go say that deregulation is connected to education, they are not.
Right. But again, you have to work within the context. Because when you're getting really
Professionals need to be involved into the education process. We keep talking about fixing a bad system. It never works. Why
right,
do you guys
but you
running the board to educate?
we didn't say we wanted the board. We're saying
Who
that
said
as citizens, right, we have to begin the process to say that in all disciplines of hair, skin, and nails, there has to be. Now, all you got to do right now, we got to work what your mama gave you. Now, we can argue.
No.
For
But
right now,
that's all it's gonna do is pass the buck. It's gonna pass the buck again.
So then what are we doing introducing the law here in Ohio?
No, we are actual professionals.
Right. That's what we're saying, the same thing.
No. Listen. Okay, we two little people in the world, right? But what are we advocating for? We're not advocating for just hours.
No.
I'm not just telling nobody to go back to school and just get some shit so somebody can give you a piece of paper. No, you and I are advocating for changing of the book and changing for Afro science in the conclusive of a 360-degree education process. Mm-hmm. That's what we're advocating, because that's what you went to the board, because you connected deregulation to de-education.
Right, but
they don't mean that from state to state. Right,
they don't, and we're doing that within the confines.
Right, Louisiana ain't talking about that. They talking about going in there, spending $7,000-$8,000, and buy your ass into the system, and we'll let you practice and leave your ass alone. But you're not going to be down there just doing anything and making all that money, and we can't track the taxes. That's what they're saying.
Well, that's the American way, y'all. Welcome to the 96th episode of the dumbest shit that people say about black hair, because this is America. And unfortunately, that's how it's going down in all towns around the United States of America. It's all about paying the who? The man. So let's get into the topic of the do's and don'ts of braiding. Okay, the do's and don'ts. So we definitely had a good current event there about Louisiana. Cheryl and now we're on odds and ends about the braiders, the demand, the 500 hours. Cheryl say hell to the no. Ladosha say, hey, you got to get in it to win it. That's the way it is. That's how it's going down.
Can they get an honorary?
I think you can grandfather them in, those that have it, because they did it in social work. I
Right.
think they could. Oh, by the way, I did see my boss come through. What's up, boss? I'm out here working. Cheryl got me sweating bullets over here, but it's all good. Also, so they say Louisiana says you got to get some hours, but Georgia says what? Y'all don't need them. Georgia, it says they want to exempt some beauty services from licensure. And so, what do they want to exempt? They want to exempt blow drying. They want to exempt braiding. They
Thread,
want to exempt threading. And they want to
cosmetic
exempt
application service.
uh, yeah, so they want to exempt these makeup application, and they have some stuff in the barbering department that they want to get rid of too. So the fragmenting, now when you start fragmenting the industry, you know what's happening, right? It begins the process. Now this is a Ladosha opinion. So Georgia is saying, nah, Louisiana, y'all can miss us with that BS. We are introducing a bill, and we're saying, you know what? Those people who blow dry hair, you don't need any cosmetology license. And I'm like, okay.
And let me just say this. So,
Shampoo girls, no cosmetology. So the list goes on and on and on. What are you going to say about this one here? What do you guys think about that one? Georgia says y'all don't need them, but
do they teach blow drying?
in school, yeah, they taught me or instructed. I'm sorry.
They taught you how to blow dry.
Oh yeah,
Blow dry what?
hair.
Say it.
What you mean?
Okay. Blow dry what hair?
Well, we had all the textures in there. So whatever the texture was, if it was straight, you blow dry it straight. If the person came in, they had curly hair, they showed us how to do it. All of the people that was predominantly white.
Was the blow drying technique different?
To me, yes, they were different. Yes, drop the L's in the chat. I thought some textures needed a little bit more tension, less heat. Some didn't need any, at all.
And I'm actually very curious. What technique did they teach for curly hair?
Well, we had for curly hair, we had the Denman brush and your dad's attachment. They were big, staunch supporters of the attachment, and we had the brush. We also had the vent brush, and we had the round bore bristle brush, and we had the round. I think it was metal or plastic, and we had the paddle brush, and we had the diffuser. So those were the various modalities of how we could dry hair.
So did they teach you how to blow dry hair, or did they teach you how to use equipment? What do you think?
They taught us how to blow dry the hair in the way that you want your hair to be styled. Because I think when we first went to school, like everybody would just blow dry it back and kind of go up, and the girls would just kind of like shake the hair. And they was like, no, that is not what that is. So they definitely taught us like direction, paying attention to angles with the blow dryer so you're not burning people's ears. So I thought they did an excellent job at introducing us to being, and I remember my instructor, her name was Jackie, by the way, was, about, it was the heat. We always wanted to go really high on the heat, and she wanted us to not do that cookie cut. You don't just turn that thing up to 1800 on every head of hair. So I remember that because we always would start off with the highest heat setting. Okay. So and
let me just say this. You talk about beauty school, and I know you think they do a good job.
I got a job.
Hairstylists.
Now remember, you have to keep in mind it's intro. No school will ever say when you can't go to college and walk out and like you got it down to a science. So remember, these are, like Cheryl said, these are licensed. And I doubt you can leave the school knowing everything there is to know, because the learning does start when you get into the hair salon. The school is just to help you so that when you get in the salon, you're not all thumbs. So when you get ready to become an apprentice, or if you're going to go in that setting, some people are just like everybody in that cosmetology school said, we're going into a loft. Not one student wants to go at that school, wanted to go into a hair salon. So it's more, to me, in my interpretation, it was like an intro, because when I went to learn more about everything, it was totally different from what I was taught in school. But the school did help me so that I could, get an intro into that field a little bit more.
And so is blow drying always a vehicle to straight hair?
Is it? No, 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 no. It's not always, and not in my opinion. It is not.
Okay, so what
And
else?
some people, you can sit people under the dryer. You could use bigger rollers. If the hair is already straight, you can also let it air dry. I mean, it just depends on the texture and what.
Right. Is blow drying a method that is taught in school that is a conduit to an in style of straight hair?
Yes.
Blow dry for a wet
Well,
set.
I mean, blow dryer, it's going to stretch, because if you don't put the heat, and that was another thing that I had struggled with. I don't know, in my mind, for some reason, I just thought if you blow dried the hair, it was straight, and it was like, no, you just technically you stretch the hair. So again, it just depends on who you're being taught by. But blow drying does not straighten the hair; it's definitely going to stretch it out so that you can do whatever your next phase is going to be in your style.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So now, as we move into the topic, because you're going to blow dry some hair. So again, Atlanta says we're going to go ahead and kick that out. All right. So, but it hasn't passed yet, because the operative word in this one is introduce. So they have introduced the bill to exempt some, not all, but some beauty services from licensure. And again, we're talking about blow drying, braiding, threading, makeup application, and there's some more. And I forgot the number on that bill, but you can go over to Georgia State Board website and learn a lot more about that particular bill. But it's very, very interesting, to say the least. So now we get into the topic of
Send me something
braiding hair. Go ahead. I'm
You said
sorry.
something that said it had passed. It passed
Um, that
2000.
well, it technically it hasn't. Because they still, I think they have some more days. Because remember, in bills they have so much stuff hidden, so portions of that bill have passed, but that particular portion, I don't think, I could be wrong, but so far I don't think that particular portion of that bill, because bills be having all kinds of stuff hidden in there. Okay. So don't quote us on that. We're not quite sure. All right, so let's get into the topic here, about braids, braiding do's and don'ts. So the first braiding do, the first braiding don't, is why is it that you think people believe that braiding hair makes it grow? We're gonna hop into it. They watched us go on a rant for about 30 minutes, which we have to get that out of our system. But what is it about braiding hair that has people thinking that it's making the hair grow? That's the number one reason why a lot of people put braids in their hair. Next to, I don't have to do anything to my hair, is the belief that the braiding is making the hair grow.
Now,
How do we clear that up? Yeah.
well, this is the dumbest shit, right?
Right.
We are on this podcast, right? So,
Woo woo.
well, let me ask you a question. Is anybody else going to answer the question? Come on.
Anybody in the chat? And are you guys still with us? Yeah, we got some people in the
Why?
chat. Yeah.
Why? Because, I would just love, because this has been a folklore. This has been a myth that braids grew my hair. That is, that is so ingrained in our culture. That locks grows Black people's hair cannot grow long any other way beside it being constricted, restricted, locked down, or braided down. I wonder why. I wonder, and I would love to hear somebody else's opinion. What do you think, Lolo? Come on.
I can't see. The only thing I can think of is that when the hair is braided or locked flush tight to the scalp, because the hair grows all day, every day, when they see it in a couple of weeks, in their mind, maybe that natural growth is interpreted as the braid made or the lock made the hair grow. So I think the visual of seeing the hair lift away from the scalp. Now, you guys can drop your answer in the chat. We are questioning why is it that you think or you believe or, the folklore that braids and locks or even like the sew-in. There is a young lady who's promoting leave your sew-in for like 6 months, and then you're gonna have all of this luscious, regrowth, and you take it down, and voila, you have all of this hair. So that's what I'm thinking. The chat is
I'm
kind of
actually afraid. Yeah, I'm actually afraid of the answer.
Well, the chat's kind of crickets. Maybe everybody's a little nervous about this one.
Well, because
Sandra, Miss AG, anybody in the chat
come
want to
on.
take a stab at it? Why do you think? Maybe you don't think, but maybe why do you think it makes your hair grow? Okay. Sandra says she doesn't wear braids and she never had a problem with hair growth. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
And when I wrote my book, Beauty and Myth, right? And I remember how powerful the psychological drama is in terms of and this is strictly, I would probably say 99.9%, this is a woman's issue. I don't think men sit around and think that if their hairstyle is constricted from their hands every day, that their lack of hand handling and maneuvering and manipulating will make it grow.
Well, that's what Eileen just said. Thank you so much, Miss Eileen. She said, some people feel leaving the hair completely alone makes it grow. So just not touching it is somehow that's going to make it grow. We got another one that just came through. Here's a good one. Miss AG says braids prevents hair from getting tangled and stretching it. And so maybe this is why mothers do this. So the braiding is going to keep the hair from breaking and stretching. Okay, that's a good one. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, thank you guys so very much.
and I think just psychologically, I think we intellectually know that nothing on the outside has anything to do with the follicle inside. I think we know that. But because, and it just goes to show you, leaving it alone and the connection to styling and the connection to all these products, that is the most neurotic, crazy connection shit you could ever want to talk about. You guys buy all these products to make it do something that you guys ultimately know and say, well, just leave it alone. But then you guys don't leave it alone.
Because you have that moisture, right, guys? There's a big push, for hair to be moist. I mean, you hear cosmetologists say that, not just braiders.
Braids. You don't moisten braids.
But
You
what
don't
are you doing?
braids. Well, now they're putting so much gel on it to the point where they're making it stretch and shiny, and the plaits can shine, and they're so straight and so perfect, and the hair is so tight. And we have so many double standards that we can't even get out of our own way. because
So
you
what's the double standard there? Break that down because we're talking
double
about
standard is
do's and don'ts. So we want
if I
plaits and but we want it shiny and straight. And you say,
right, because we are caught in between health and style. We want to look good, but then we get desperate and it doesn't turn out. Then we say, we'll leave it alone. And then it'll just magically grow. Right? So are we the problem for the hair, for us to be able to leave it alone? And then once we leave it alone, it just magically grows, leave your sew in for 6 months. Why is it that we have these different thoughts to go wherever we want it to go when we change it? Okay, so we buy the products to put in because we want that to help it grow, but then we get desperate and none of that works. Let's just leave it alone. Um,
well, you get this stuff in your hair, right? But then you have a challenge getting it out. So let's watch a video
oh,
right quick. So here is what a cosmetologist, this is what she has to say about getting, how do you get this stuff out of your hair? Because you want it waxy, you want it shiny. So let's see if we can find this video with how to remove styling wax from hair. Here we go, Cheryl. Get ready, guys. Oops, there it is.
Your hair. Once you put styling wax in your hair, it can really stick to your hair and be very, very difficult to get out. So I'm going to show you a trick what I do when I've used a bunch of wax in someone's hair and I need to get it out. I take a shampoo. It can be any shampoo. It can also be a dishwashing liquid, like something you would wash your dishes with.
dishwashing liquid.
All right. Okay. Okay, guys. Here we go, Cheryl. Um, they want to know we have this stuff, right? It's in our hair. It's held down. We're trying to get this out because our hair has been fixed because you just talked about not touching it and people want to see it, you know, somehow flower for lack of better words. But now I can't get the stuff out of my hair. And so one person says shampoo and the other says dishwashing liquid. Uh, can you help us?
But you don't have wax on your dishes. So the dishwashing liquid is not conducive for wax.
Again, the cosmetology students talked about now that is very prevalent on social media, and they're trying to, you know, get the answers because, like you said, we just had a good, you know, hash out on that the schools aren't really helping with that because braiding just used to use hair grease. You know, back in the day, you just used a little hair grease, but now it's so much more than hair grease. Here's another video I'm going to show you of just what's being put on hair now when it comes to braiding. And we want to know, is this stuff, is it okay? Is this some good stuff to use? So here we go. Braiding, just a little snippet. Here we go. Like it's so much. All right, so let's get into these hair products. Should I do my least favorite to my favorite so you guys can watch this damn video? But before you watch this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and leave a little comment if you want to see me use, or if you have any good edge controls that you want me to use. Let's get into this video. This is like when your hair is very soft. I'm talking about like on the straight side.
I have this, the less jam extra. They just came out with a new one. They just came out with a new one. I don't even know if it's new. Supreme Hold. Jam. This is clear. Here, I didn't show y'all this. But this is clear. This right here, I just got. I just purchased this just because.
So we have all of these hair care waxing products, all right? So how in the do's and the don'ts of this conversation, um, how do I don't even know what to say. What are your thoughts about waxes? And we have some braiding techniques I'm going to show. What are your thoughts about Cheryl? Is just I think we lost Cheryl on this topic, and she's just like, I can't take it anymore. What is it about the waxes that concern you the most?
The wax, what concerns me the most is that you guys are creating a retail phenomenon that is built out of the fact that you guys do not want to deal with your texture.
Wait a minute now, Cheryl. They want the braids.
No,
They're just trying to be.
They want straight braids. They want straight edges. They want slick edges. They don't want a hair to pop out of place. They want something that is not natural to them.
But they're called natural hairstyles. So this is very now. I'm not trying to be because we have braids now. We don't use that term, but
we are the only people on the planet that.
I literally say I'm kind of struggling. I hear her, but I'm a little bit confused.
The moment that hairline curls, you guys are gonna, as Black people, are gonna lose your mind. That is white folks thinking.
But didn't we come up with the baby hair stuff? Like
only white people are born like that, unless that is your texture. You got only people who got curly hairlines called Afro people. You know, you 4C people. Y'all keep that edge control alive. You want to look like you are a what? Since it's so funny that you guys relax.
No, you're not being mean, are you?
Y'all want to relax. Y'all relaxed here. Y'all ancestors was trying to be white. What y'all trying to be?
Hold on, wait a minute. Here's what we want y'all to try to be to help change the narrative. Can y'all do this right now? Cheryl, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I look at my edges. I take my edges to work. I'm a Black woman.
I with you. I don't get the edges, but help us understand. I mean, but isn't that part of like the style?
Wait a minute, them little plaits get fuzzy. Lose your mind.
But isn't the slaying the edges? Isn't that part of the style, though? Like you gotta have the braids. You gotta
Cosmetology says it's the style, but the natural hair care world and people trying to be natural, they don't say that. They're just putting gook in people in their hair that they can't get out.
Well, let's look at a braiding clip here. Okay,
do it.
We got a braiding clip, and I got some questions in there that I think I want you guys to answer. So let me show my braiding clip. Here it is. This is about 30 seconds. Here we go. As it relates to braiding hair, we are looking at the amount of product and the type of product being used on the hair, as well as the styling tool. We should consider the type of hair being used, its effect on the human hair, the scalp, and the skin. Definitely consider the tension that's being used on the hair and the scalp. Also consider pre and post hair care service. This is what braiding is all about. Let's talk about this more in detail. All right. So you gotta put this goo on the hair, and this is why. And I know what y'all say. They ain't gonna teach them in the 500 hours. I get it, but we gotta get it somewhere. How much of this stuff? Because here's my thing, and this is why I said they need education. Because you cannot get it off the hair. Why?
Let me ask you a question. Can you get it off the hair?
I can't. The hair is no. I'm just gonna be.
Okay, so do you think the beauty school can teach them how to get it off the hair?
I think maybe you could do some.
Most likely not. Most likely not. Right. Okay.
Well, they could tell them not to use it though.
No. Themselves can tell them not to use it. Now, let me ask you a question. This is what happens. Come on, everybody in the chat, y'all can give me some feedback. Why don't the company tell you how to get it out?
Oh. This chat on fire. So you better preach, Cheryl.
Why? See, damn them damn schools for a minute. Hairstylists, they come into our industry. Why don't that dumbass jar? Why don't y'all want to always blame manufacturers for this and that and that? Why don't they tell you how to get that shit out of your hair?
I mean, because let me show. Can I just show that? Because when you look at that braiding, if with your eye, your cosmetic trichologist eye, if you guys watch the beginning of when you put this stuff on the hair, I can't explain it because I need more education, but something is happening to that hair that'll relax. Ain't got nothing on, baby. I'm just here to tell you, okay? So here we go. As it relates to braiding hair, we are looking at the amount of product and the type of product being used on the hair, as well as the styling tool. We should consider the type of hair. Now, do you see how that hair is just, and then when you try to you try to get it off, and the hair is like, it takes forever. It's like the hair was like in a cast. Does anybody know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah.
And so,
and let me just say this: that baby is never, and I mean never,
ever,
in
a long-legged life.
In the long-legged life, she ain't never gonna have no hair.
Really, dude?
She's already giving her a quick fix and immediate gratification of having long, thick hair. She's giving her the complex. She's giving her daughter the complex, and she'll swear. The mother will swear, aunties, uncles, everybody will swear in her household that they don't know why she has some issues with adjusting her lightness, her image, and her self-worth. Her hair is short, and it's shorter than the extensions that you put in it. Why can't you just allow her, you braid her own hair, and you braid it without the gook? I don't know. This method, at this point, they want her to have a texture that she doesn't have. That's why
how many people in the chat think it's about the texture or the style, meaning like its neatness, or in the chat Selena said it's about making money. Okay, we got that part, but how many in the chat? Cheryl says they want texture they can't have. I'm hearing Neatness is the word.
Well, that's because they perceive straight hair as being neat and curly hair or their hair texture as being unruly, fuzzy. You got to do it over again. So they couldn't wear plaits like I wear.
Can you show us your hair? Nice.
No.
Okay, so you can't. So they couldn't dare wear that. Like,
No.
oh my God, because that's not.
Because they're afraid of this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it's gonna fuzz. Oh my God. No, they couldn't get this. They wouldn't just be able because they lazy. They wouldn't just do the hair over again. They just wouldn't do that. They have to have it perfect in a trance, frozen in time, stuck like this, and then guess what? Then they're gonna bring it in to the reverence design team, talking about my hair's dry and it broke over. See, they couldn't do this. They couldn't have no hair. Oh no, you can't have no hair.
I can't slay an edge no more than I can ride a sleigh. I mean, that's why I have zero concepts. I might can get it on there, but man, I can't do it. But I hear what you're saying. You got a wow, you got a kapow. Lavina says it's a little bit of both. Okay, all right.
I agree.
Okay.
And
so what is it about the fuzz? You know, I mean, wow, what's up with the fuzz? I mean, let's go there. Come on. This is the dumbest shit.
What is it about the fuzz? It's called
and short hair.
It's called black.
You know what? I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a nice night.
You black. You're black ass. You're black.
Oh,
you're
Cheryl.
You're 3. You some 4s. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You 4G. They are what? They are Afro-phobic. They're Afro-phobic. They like hair that looks like massa. Say it.
Even if it's called a natural hairstyle.
No, that is the culture. That's to cover up the microaggression, the passive aggressiveness of how you internally feel. That just, and I told you guys 2 or 3 episodes, you cannot culture and cover up how you feel. You can culture, you can make an ankh. I don't give a shit what you say. You do not feel comfortable with blackness, Afro-ness. You don't feel comfortable. Your grandparents did. We wore the Afro. We didn't try to milkshake it and do salad dressing, trying to get it and then put axle grease on it and do this and do that because your grandmama and your grandfather knew if you put that shit on it, the only way to get it off is gasoline. They knew that. Kerosene and alcohol must break up the molecule of a thick, big grease oil molecule. You cannot saponify it. You cannot use salt or soda. Doesn't work. You guys have tried everything. You guys are putting on industrial grade waxes and you expect and you put the weight on a cosmetology. You put a weight on a cosmetologist to get the answer, to get that shit off. They don't know what to get it off. You call them and you ask them how to get that shit off your hair.
Yeah,
and then you really do something you shouldn't do. You put water, which makes the molecule even grab on tighter.
Watch this. Hold on. Here's the kit. She's not making it up. Here's the kit you need to be a braider. All right. You need a comb. You need some wax.
And a spray bottle.
You need some clips, right? You need a towel, right? And like Cheryl said, when you put the mousse on top, and we hear this all the time, soon as you put the mousse on top of the wax, you'll hear the the customer or the child go, "Oh, now my hair is too tight." So we don't recommend that you do that step for children, because you can physically see this happen on the hair. Now, adults, like Cheryl said, y'all grown, y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. State rules, education or not, you're gonna do it. But for children, taking water and putting it on top of wax, that's the dumbest shit that people say about black hair. We have to, guys.
Oh,
We would be no type of podcasters if we didn't just call this stuff on the carpet. Now, it got heated about, the education or not. And we hope what you guys are extrapolating from this is that we need to raise the bar in the industry, period, for all professions. Because I don't think people are putting two and two together in any facet, because they feel like, what, Cheryl? This is not what? A chemical.
right. The
So
problem
because,
is
go
it's
ahead.
not water soluble. That's what makes you guys like it. Because it keeps your little Negro hairs from popping up. And you guys don't have to ever
Bing, 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 Ricochet Rabbit here.
right. So it keeps you from seeing yourself. And it makes it, you don't have to do it. It gives you time. Wow, it'll last. Oh, there's that part.
It's gotta last long.
last long.
I want them braids to last. I keep my
I
braids
don't
in.
want it. I don't
Ooh,
want
these
to do it.
braids
I don't want
gonna
it.
last. These braids gonna last me for 3 weeks,
And guess
3
what?
months.
And guess what? And then on the flip side, in this is the psychobabble. It's what difference does it make? You're leaving it alone, but it doesn't give you the same. See, you. One group over there is saying that you braid the hair, leave it alone. Then you guys over here doing that shit with the gook, and then you leave it alone, and then you get ready to get it. Come on, guys, man. Come on, professionals. We got to get our people out of this dumb. And I know it's YouTube. I know it's YouTube University. I get it. But guess what? You're making Asians, Latinos, and Europeans rich.
Who's making the waxes? Who do you think makes the wax?
Europe, Asia.
Really?
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought black people was making that wax.
Well, where do you think they getting the chemicals?
I don't know, y'all.
And
because I figured we came up.
Let me tell you how.
Because we got the box braids.
Let me tell you how I know this.
I don't braid hair.
Wait. But let me tell you how I know this shit is different. You have never heard on any white podcast or any beauty magazine or anywhere that they have a problem with getting salvacito and their waxes out of their hair, that the boys want the spikes and all of that shit. And the Italian boys want because the shit they use is not is water soluble. The shit black people they're selling to these dumbass black people in this Afro sphere, this natural sphere. Okay, that it is not the same. It's got a waxy,
it's something
not a water and not a water sugar glue. It's different than the one they're selling to the Italian boys and the Mexican boys. See, it's different. that they're
I
selling.
thought we were making it up because, excuse my ignorance, guys, because we were doing the braids. So I thought, especially that
Look it up. Y'all
shine
look it up.
jam,
Who
that
makes a jam?
shine jam. Can somebody help me out? Sandra or anybody in the chat, can you guys help us out? Look up shine jam. Are we looking up manufacturer, Cheryl,
Yes,
or
no, you said you want to know who makes it.
shine jam manufacturer? Okay.
You
Oh,
want to know
what?
who makes it?
Shine and jam conditioning. Um, okay, hold on. Let me go. Let me open up another one. That didn't do me right.
It's made
Um,
by who? Who makes
okay.
jam?
Who makes
Where is
shine?
where is it? Where is the company that makes jam? Where are they?
It's Ampro. Ampro makes shine and jam.
Okay.
So we need to know where's Ampro at, right?
Ampro. Who's Ampro?
Okay.
They've been in black hair care for a long time.
Okay. Okay, guys. Oh gosh, Cheryl. I think I don't want to be a podcaster today. Okay, let me show you guys who is okay, Cheryl, you maybe don't cook it up, look it up. Here are the owners of Shine and Jam. Jesus. Sherry Rutner and her husband Henry Rutner. It's founded in Memphis, Tennessee. And these are the people who owns Ampro right here. Wow. Oh boy.
And look what's behind them in that picture.
What's back there? Oh, hospital. Is that what you mean?
Y'all.
Oh my, this is very interesting.
What is behind them in that photograph?
Right here.
You have made that, black folks have made that company multi-millions. Multi. You guys know how much of that brown shit gel you guys have bought? That's that brown. No, put that shit up. Go to Ampro Gel. Just go to Ampro Gel. Y'all used to use so much of that shit. Y'all probably sent 5 generations of Rudners to college. You probably bought them houses and all. You can't get it up, Key Lolo.
You want me to
Ampro Gel.
Yeah, I did. I had to go pull it up first.
Okay.
All right. So here is Ampro Gel. Here it is right here. Let me move this down. There it is. Ampro Gel.
Y'all have used that Ampro stuff. It's brown. So it looks like your hair.
Here it is. Yeah.
You guys have used that. You stick that in there and it just comes on your hair brown. Y'all have clear ice. All that shit. Y'all think I be playing? This is my world, baby. I don't even have to check.
Alcohol and paraben free, protein rich, water based gel. Like I think all gel has. Oh, what a play on our ignorance. I don't use gels, so wow. Let me just go back to over here. I just want to see.
Y'all don't remember that brown gel that y'all used to do them finger waves with? And it's brown. Y'all have did all them French rolls and all of that freeze curls and all that bullshit. Y'all that's the company. I just want to let you know. Ain't they 5 generations deep?
5 generations deep. There you have it, guys. All right. So this is very interesting. I don't use any of that stuff. So I use the Talia Wajid's whatever lock stuff, but anywho, I thought black people made the wax, but I stand corrected. Okay, we don't make the wax. Wow. Okay. Lawana has some questions in the chat about she says she's having a hard time washing her hair. Here we go. Hold on, Lawana. Oh, where'd you go? Oh shoot. So she's struggling with taking care of her hair as it is relaxed. So she's saying she had a hard time washing her hair when it was relaxed. It tangled easily. What had happened? What was going on there?
Okay. Miss Bennett, um, I'm assuming your hair is longer than 6 inches.
Okay, Miss Bennett, tell us how long your hair is. She says no, she is natural now. She does not have the relaxer anymore.
Okay. And does the hair still tangle?
Does your hair still tangle? Here we go. Let me hide this current comment. While Lawada's gonna answer, she has a TW. She has a teeny weeny afro now.
Okay. Does it still tangle?
And she says no, it does not tangle anymore.
Because it's short? Is that what? Is she, if it would grow long?
So she wants to know, Lawana, if it was longer, would it tangle? Or do you find that your short hair just doesn't tangle? And while we're waiting for her to type her response in the chat, Eileen from South Carolina says some products are advertised as black owned, but the black folks sold their companies allowing you to think it's black owned, and research black companies before you call them black owned. Duly noted. Because you know what they say about assume, it makes an ass out of you and me. So I've been made an ass tonight. I authentically thought that because the braiders were braiding the hair, I thought this was something that they were concocting in their house. But thank you so very much, Miss Eileen. I will do the homework. Lawana says no, her hair it's growing.
It's grown.
Right. So it has grown. So
Right.
how's the tangles? Are you tangle free now? Are you doing pretty good with your hair now? So again, as we're waiting for her to respond, we are wrapping it up as we talk about the dumbest shit that people say about black hair when it comes to these braids. We hope you have walked away understanding. Number one, it's very it's loose out here in these braiding streets about what to do and what not to do. But what we can tell you for certain and for sure is number one, embrace the texture. These waxes, you got to watch out, guys. You got to watch out putting all this stuff in your hair and braiding it down like that, slaying your edges. Because remember, Cheryl just said the verdict is out, and we're not asking the companies, how do you get this stuff off of the hair? I don't have the answer to how to do that. We also let you guys know, embrace the frizz. Don't worry about the fuzz that's just coming out. Wear your hair. It doesn't have to be constricted for the hair to grow. Braids are not making the hair grow. Your hair grows every day for the free. Okay? You don't nothing you can put on your hair or do to your hair can make it grow. Am I correct, Cheryl? There is nothing. Is there something that you can put on that hair to make it grow?
Nothing that's going to get down into the follicle. No.
Okay. No.
Well, let me just.
Mhm.
Did she answer?
Yeah, she says yes. In fact, her hair does tangle, but the deep conditioner take care of that, and she uses Mashi deep conditioner. Okay, so
Okay.
she's using a deep conditioner.
I just gonna let me ask you. Let me just say this: you are the first person I've ever met that says straight hair tangles. and then you went natural, right? Or you cut the relaxer out. You got a teeny weeny afro. The hair still tangles, and I actually knew it actually tangles. Straight hair would not tangle more than curly hair. That's just not logical. Okay. So, with that being said, I think that it is your technique, Luana, and I think somebody needs to take time with you to teach you a technique to keep your hair from being so problematical. Because there is, and let me just say this: I have always worn long hair. Never worn short hair, and I don't have a problem with tangles, and it's because of my technique. Now, maybe we'll have a moment until we can create a technique, but you should not have to put globs of product or deep conditioner or anything. Because if you're putting a deep conditioner and you guys say protein is added to conditioners, protein actually would not make it detangle.
Yeah,
It
definitely
would
makes
make
sense.
it more difficult to comb. So there is something that you're doing that is probably giving you
Counterproductive.
more. It is probably a very good word,
Yeah,
counterproductive to what you're
right.
doing. I in
Yeah,
practice combing it
I
wet.
I teach that hair care and hairstyling have three principles, and those are the right products, the right tools, and the right technique.
Mhm.
You can have the best, products, but if you got the wrong tool and you have the wrong technique, like she said, it sounds like technique. I mean, conditioners, especially over the counter, you use one, you use them all. Let's just be honest. They're just different names. We're not going to try to BS you guys on this platform. But I was sure I'm going to lean towards your tool and your technique. Finger combing and all that rubbing and all those are really good user friendly techniques for afro hair. But I know the whole thing now is natural and people are very anti combs, Cheryl. They're really big on these brushes and this is why people go into braids because they don't want to do all of these things because they feel like when they comb it, the hair is coming out. They're afraid to see hair come out. When they take those braids down, Lord have mercy. It's amazing they have any hair left on the head. And the integrity of the hair to me is you just have to be careful. But here's one last thing before we go about the braids. Let me just show you a little bit. I hope I still got it here. Yeah. Here we go. Let's show you. They said, well, how is this hair made? That comes up a lot, Cheryl. People want to see how do they make this synthetic hair. So here we go, guys. Here's how it's made. Whoops, let me go back.
We back up. We back up. We back up. We back
I got it.
up. Okay.
All right, so there you have it. That's how the synthetic hair, is made. They're gonna take some plastics, polymers per se, and
Yes.
they'll put them through a machine, and you're gonna get threads, no pun intended, of fibers of hair,
Yes.
that's gonna be synthetic. All right. So here's the big thing about
Is that
that.
is that is that natural?
No, no, that was synthetic. That was synthetic hair. So here is what we're starting to see. Let me just show you this. So here's what they are saying about synthetic hair. Here we go, sure, as we wrap this up.
Uh-oh. I am glued.
Okay.
I'm glued. I'm glued. I'm
Here
glued.
we go. Synthetic hair. Here we go, guys. Let's show it up. Here we go. There it is, Cheryl. Right there in your face. Dick Tracy. Let me just enlarge that so you guys can see.
Well, enlarge
Carson.
Mm-hmm.
Carcinogenic materials in synthetic braids, an unrecognized risk of hair products for Black women. So now they're saying, oh, no education for braiders, let them just go. Relaxers, oh, they're in the hair salons, they're causing cancer. We got to let that go. So now they're saying that braided hair is also, they're concerned about the material used in braided hair because they are now saying that too has some issues. So what are your school and thoughts about the carcinogenic materials in synthetic hair? What do you think about that report? That research report.
I have been in the fashion world. I have been at Terry Mugler's show. I have done a lot of things with Yoshi Yamamoto. I have done a lot of stuff in fashion world where they use synthetic hair. I want you to pay attention to that headline. Carcinogenic materials in synthetic braids. Why do they call the hair? Why don't they just say synthetic hair?
Get it, Cheryl. Come on.
An unrecognized risk for hair products for Black women. That is the dumbest fucking headline I have ever heard. But you guys are going to shoulder it again. You're going to shoulder it again because they are in fashion. Them hairstyles, everybody uses synthetic hair for costumes, all kind of theater, this and that, and this and that in Hollywood and everything. They do it. They make their hair thicker and all of that. But the way they put it.
Point that out again. One more time. Point it out again. How did they put it?
That carcinogenic materials in synthetic braids.
As if the other hair isn't.
So braids is a codified word for Black.
Are you guys following this here?
It's a codified word because are they talking about the braid because it comes in a braid in the package? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They want to only make it a Black woman problem so you guys can go,
oh. Watch out, guys. Be careful. I did a little parody on this just to kind of, like Cheryl said, it just kind of prove a little point here. You know, the boogeyman thing is very, very real. I don't know what the boogeyman thing is all about. Right quick, Monica says she's glad you're safe with all the flooding and earthquakes in the last few days. Right?
The earthquake we didn't feel it.
You didn't feel the earthquake? I feel the earth move under my feet. Okay, so you did not feel the earthquake. Everybody is like, Monica says, is Terry Mugler? She says, is Terry Mugler the perfume lady by any chance?
Terry Mugler is very famous for the Angel fragrance, and he's a man.
He's a man.
Thierry.
Oh, that's why I like this podcast. I like that perfume too. It's very swelling. Okay. So there we have it. Live and direct here from the dumbest shit that people say about Black hair. We want you guys to understand, we are not anti-braiding in any capacity. We hope you have most certainly figured that out. I still remain pro education. We both argue if the state is the place to do it, but it's got to be had somehow, some way, and we are doing our part here to get that education better. But be careful with the stuff that you're putting on your hair. and braid your own hair. And there are some dangers of adding hair to your hair over and over again. Not so much that you'll go bald and you'll get cancer, but to Cheryl's point, you'll have this dysmorphia, you'll have this Afrophobia where you will be afraid of your hair. And we don't want you guys to be afraid of your hair or the cuckaboos or the BBs, or your edges. Don't be afraid because your edges budge up. I think Sandra put in the chat that her hair is relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
And she says she doesn't care what anybody says about her hair, when it grows out. Me neither. This is not my natural color. And this comes up a lot where people will, oh my God, you have all that gray hair. Listen, if you think this is my real color, then that's on your, I'm like, that's on your dumb ass, okay? This is not my real hair color, guys. This stuff is about as fake and artificial as this makeup and this lipstick is. Even my eyebrows are fake, okay? This stuff ain't real, guys, okay? So you have to be comfortable, with the skin you're in. And this is deliberately why I let my hair grow out. I don't run to the hair salon and get it. Now, I can't let it grow out for so long because it won't be healthy for my hair, but I don't run and get it colored every 4 to 6 weeks because I want you guys to see Shirley and I were real people. She just showed you her hair. She ain't got no problem with her plaits. I don't have no problem with this. My hair is not always perfectly orange and yellow, and we have to be able to love who we are as our authentic selves. Now, I ain't gonna be growing this gray out. I have a little bit more vein than Cheryl.
You not?
Now, I like the color because it makes me a lot of money. Who put that in the chat? Somebody did. Right. I'm a colorist. So it would kind of behoove me to just have white hair because then people would have a hard time, and it's an easy sell, right? Oh, yeah. If anybody has ever walked with me in public, right? If you walk with me in public, I cannot tell you the number of people. I'm talking about children, men, people don't even speak English. People could be in a car and they're just like, oh my God. So my hair is definitely
a conversation piece.
It truly is. But make no mistake, it's fake. This is not my real color, okay? And like Sandra said in the chat, and Cheryl just said, we gotta get comfortable with this. So you wear your braids, it's all good, but sometimes take it out and just braid your own hair and just wear it and let it poof. There are no edges for me to slay. I don't know about you, Cheryl, but I got all forehead, okay? And yes, I do get snaps in the back, like Cheryl said. Now this is all flat ironed out. Back here, I've been sweating. So y'all know what's back there. I can't turn around because my butt's too big. But we just want you guys to understand, it's about being real, okay? And as real as you can get. And I'm not saying just go out, unbothered. But for sure, we want you guys to just love your hair. We're going to be back on Thursday, right? We're coming back on Thursday, and we are going to be talking about the future of the brace and lock hairstyle. What is the future of these hairstyles looking like? What will be the products of the future? Is there such thing as technology and braids and locks and twists? Because everybody wants to know how will these hairstyles go off into the future? So we're going to talk about that and also that education.
Come back around. Right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So make sure you join us on Thursday. Also, Cheryl and I, we are going to be down where we are so proud to announce we're going to hop the airplane. And guess what? We are coming down to Atlanta. So if you want to see us live and direct, we're going to ask you guys to come on and check us out. We are going to be in Atlanta at the Bronner Brothers hair show. All right, so we're gonna go over to Fresh from Earth and do our podcast live, and so we'll be there. And then we're also gonna try to do some lives from the actual Browner Brothers hair show using our cell phones, because we're not gonna be tugging around this laptop in that place. But we're gonna go live and talk to you guys and plug in our earbuds so you guys can see the hair show. If you are a licensed cosmetologist and a student, don't forget. According to the Beauty Care Professionals of America, if you become a member, you will receive a discount. Now, this is for licensed cosmetologists, barbers, and students only. But to become a member of the BCPA USA, it is for everybody, and the fee is very nominal. So don't forget, that is the Beauty Care Professionals of America. And Cheryl and I gave Jackie D our word that we will most certainly be promoting this for him. Yeah, so y'all remember Jackie D, right? Ooh, he is so good Lord, 8 nickels. Okay. So Jackie D, we got you covered again. That's BCPA USA. That is our shameless plug public service announcement. So we are going to be in Atlanta. That's going to be the end of the month. And we're just going to have a wonderful, wonderful good time. And we hope you all have a wonderful evening. Any closing thoughts? This was pretty content heavy.
Very content heavy. We only got to a few. We only got to a few this morning too.
Yeah, brave to do that. Well, we had to go at it this about that education. Anywho, so no closing words there?
I think that it is complete. I think we do need to probably eventually Miss Key Lo Lo, I think we need to be in on the same room at some point to do technique, combing, and the Afro Hair Science Summit, y'all.
Yeah, we have Fatu and rocking out the braiding technique there that came out of Africa. So there's a lot. Thank you so much, boss. I love you a lot. Miss AG, Miss Monica, Rashida, our wonderful, wonderful co-host, our virtual co-host, Sandra E. She remember what she always asking everybody to take a few moments to do this before we go ahead on and wrap up out of here. And that is, don't forget to hit that. Here you go, right here. There you go. Yeah, braiding is a very, it's a hard topic because everybody, they want it, they think they can do it, and blase skippy, but it's not quite like what we think it is. Theo, we sure enough appreciate you again, Sandra E. Miss Lawana, come on and rock it out. If I don't see Lawana in the chat, I'm like, I ain't going live if I don't see Lawana. I hate to put that pressure on you, LB, but I did. Sorry. Now I understand you got a life, LB. I'm sorry. Eileen, we love you. Dewey, I see you in the chat. I love when you pop up as well. She rocked it out with us this afternoon. Miss Clark, I think Maria Clark was also in the chat. I'm scrolling so fast, just trying to. Maria Jones, I'm sorry. Maria Jones and our clock was in the chat earlier. Okay. So we thank you guys so much. And you know what we say when we're always signing out, right? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow. Okay, come on, guys. We need that. We'll be back here on Thursday. And again, what we say when we're closing out, good, better, best. No, that's the wrong one. We're talking about a whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love. Here we go, y'all. And a whole lot of hair. But check it out. If you ain't got this hair, I don't want none of that with Ladosha got. I can't stand it. Hell, you plan on cutting it off. You got some bald patches and all that other crazy stuff. Don't worry about it. We just told you guys. All that's beautiful too. And so are you. Good night. You guys are totally 100% awesome. We'll see you in Atlanta. We're coming to Atlanta, guys. We're coming to Atlanta. Bye-bye.